All right, let's get out to the zone phone. Joining us now, the man himself, guard for the Utah Jazz, going to be participating in the Rising Stars Challenge, the one and only Keyonte George. Keyonte, thank you very much for a few minutes. How you doing?
Good. How y'all doing?
We're doing well, Key. Two games still before the All-Star break for you guys. Lakers tonight, Warriors tomorrow night. I guess, what are you looking for after back-to-back losses to get back on track?
No, just looking forward to compete. Gotta take the good out of the bad. Of course you want to win games, but it's a blessing to be in this league. Not a lot of people get this opportunity. So whichever five guys are on the floor, in between the lines, we got to go out and battle, and that's the main goal. If we can leave a game knowing that we played our hardest, executed the schemes that we wanted to execute, then everything else will take care of itself. So, yeah.
Keyonte, on top of doing this job, I also host a pre-half and post-game show on the radio, and I tell people all the time that they have no idea how many 82 games is. Like, how many games that actually is. And kind of with that in mind, I'm curious, tell us about the journey this year for you doing this the first time, doing so many games and the travel and the lifestyle and everything.
Man, it's good. Like I said, man, it's just a big time blessing. 82 games is a lot of games. If we're fortunate enough to make it to the postseason, then there'll be even more games. So I mean, we're halfway or a little bit over halfway through the season, and I always talk about I got a whole another college season left. So it's just like so many games, from preparation to how to take care of your body to the mental preparation. So, I mean, 82 is a lot. You don't have practice on your off days, or you may get a rest day, but it's just, for, almost half the year, your whole life is basketball. So you really got to love the game. I love it, though. Basketball every day, you can't complain at all. So I'm continuing to enjoy the journey and figure out ways to, better my routine.
Tough back-to-back losses, Keyonte, and then you've got the All-Star break coming up, and it's post-trade deadline. This is a hard time of the year for teams. Where is the team mentally after this last week?
Mentally, we're phenomenal. We're coming together each and every day. We're as tight as we've been. I feel like, the vibes are still high. We still understand that we're still a winning team. We could be a winning team. We can. We've strung wins together, early in the year. So we just got to continue to know that we did that. We can't let these two losses, take us off our path of where we want to be. But yeah, man, I mean, our togetherness is where we want it to be, from the staff to the players to, everybody, around this, great organization. So we're just trying to continue to feed off that, and we'll definitely pick it up for sure.
The schedule makers were not very nice to you, giving your first your game back in the starting lineup against Steph Curry. Just an easy assignment with him. But tell us about getting back into that role on the team and how you're approaching it.
I'm still approaching the game the same way I did. When whether I was starting, come off the bench. I was preparing, like a starter. So I know when I went into the game, I knew how guys were in pick and roll. I knew what they were doing off ball. It's just, of course, there's a difference between starting a game and coming off the bench. But for me, it was just about how can I be effective in the role that I'm put in. So when it's me coming off the bench, I'm locked into the game. I'm seeing how they guard and pick and roll, and do film. I'm watching the second unit. I'm trying to see, how that second unit big is going to guard. So I'm in the game. I already got that mental note of what I want to do, and when I get in the game. But I mean, it's great. It's great to be the starting point guard and for a great organization. And like I said before, not a lot of people get this opportunity. So I'm never going to take it for granted. I'm going to continue to work my tail off, continue to trust, Will and, his staff, continue to trust my teammates and continue to work to gain the trust of the older guys and, the guys that I'm playing with. So it's a great journey. It's of course it comes with some adversity, but I love it. So just continuing to grow more and more into my role.
Friday night, you're in the Rising Stars Challenge. Are you hanging out in Indiana Saturday and Sunday and taking in the rest of the All-Star weekend?
We'll see where the weekend takes me, but if opportunity comes my way to stay and show my face, and that's ultimately a blessing. So, but definitely going to be looking forward to being around great caliber players, just like myself. Even maybe get a chance to talk to the guys that made All-Star, just to maybe get a chance to pick their brain, ask questions. That's what I'm all about. So, it's gonna be a fun weekend.
Coming from Baylor, you are familiar with good coaching. That Drew family seems to know what they're doing. What's your take on Will Hardy this season? What kind of coach he is, and maybe some similarities or differences, or how you two and your relationship?
Will is considered young, but I mean, man, he's locked in on all levels. He's intense. He'll tell you straight to your face how it is. Off the court, loving man. Carries himself the right way, carries himself like a professional. Can learn a lot from him. Just sitting down and talk to him for 5 minutes, you can learn something new. I would say the similarities is, of course, the intensity. They both pay attention to details. Will is everything that you want in a head coach. Instills confidence in you, will trust you if you continue to put in the work. He'll ride for you. So, this is, talk about Coach Drew and everybody. Those are the same type of attributes. So, I couldn't ask for more.
Keyonte, you were down in Provo yesterday with Taylor and Ryan Smith taking in the BYU game. What were your takeaways, and what was that experience like?
It was cool. I'll be back there on the 20th when they play my guys. But, the atmosphere was phenomenal from the student section, all the fans. They're locked into the game. It was a great game. BYU came out with the win. UCF, great team. They play hard. Looks like a team that'll do, whatever it takes to win. Same with BYU. They're having a great year this year, especially coming to the 12, one of the toughest conferences in college basketball. So it'll be fun to see where they end up at. And I'm very excited for this BYU-Baylor game coming up.
Well, Keyonte, we really appreciate you giving us a few minutes. Good luck with All-Star Weekend, the Rising Stars Challenge, and good luck with continued success this year. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Keyonte.
Thank y'all. Yep.
That is Keyonte George, Jazz rookie, nice enough to